Good morning, everybody. Pastor Stitch, Narrow Path Christian Church, BC, Bay City, Michigan. Welcome to the Biker Devotional. So, originally I thought I was going to talk about brotherhood this morning, but as I was getting ready to start this, God reminded me of something that I had a conversation with someone a couple of days ago, and for whatever reason, it felt like you needed to hear it today. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what that conversation looked like. So, first of all, in Scripture, all over the place, it says you reap what you sow. In other words, if you plant something, plant wheat should grow, right? If you plant an apple tree, apples should grow. If you plant tomato plant should grow, and you should get tomatoes, right? You get what you did, right? You planted it. You should get that up out of it. But so often in our lives, we find ourselves with this enormous field of our life. And it's a disastrous mess. We've left it untended for years. And we didn't plant anything except weeds. Useless things. Or we didn't plant anything and weeds just came in. They just showed up because they do. They're blown in by the wind from all over the place, and we have to deal with that. And when we come into recovery, more often than not, we're like the owner of that field who recognizes, I got this tremendous field and it's so overgrown with weeds and it's worthless. Matter of fact, I can't even turn a cow loose into it and let them graze because there's no nutritional value there. I mean, it is absolutely worthless what's growing in that field. And so in the past, we've seen that field and we've gone in with big equipment and we've mowed it all down, and it looked good for a minute or two, but it didn't last long. And as we're looking at the field, we're realizing it's more prevalent with weeds than it's ever been. And over the past period of time, we've tried mowing it and making it look good, and it's not helping. And so we get resolved that we're going to go into recovery, and they're going to teach us how to maintain that field. We're going to be able to mow it and make it look good all the time. And so we get really good at going and mowing this weed field. And it looks good. We keep it short and it's looking good. But it's taking a lot of work. Weeds grow really fast. And there's areas of the field where one weed grows different than another. And it's just a nightmare to maintain. And not only that, we think, okay, it's looking good now. We're going to let the cattle into the field so they can graze. And they're starting to get really skinny because it's still weeds and there's no nutritional value to it. Well, the reality is that's how we come into our lives, and we have to realize that for us, it comes down to we need to take and rip that ground apart. We need to rip out all those weeds. We need to kill it all off. We need to work the soil through, turn it over, and sometimes multiple times, so we make sure we rip up all the roots, and then we can start planting the good seed. And while we're still looking at the soil and maintaining and dealing with the weeds and treating the weeds and dealing with the weeds. And it takes years to work this process out. But here's the good news. Jesus said in Matthew chapter 9, when the Pharisees saw that he was eating with a tax collector named Matthew, the Pharisees saw this, they asked the disciples, why does your teacher eat with this tax collector and sinners? But when he heard this, he said, those who are well don't need a doctor, but the sick do. Go learn what this means. I desire mercy, not sacrifice, for I didn't come to call the righteous, but the sinners. No matter what your field looks like, Jesus is right there to help you with it. And not only that, but in the recovery community, you have many other people that get it, and they're there with you to help you understand, okay, mowing the field makes it look good, but it doesn't produce anything worthwhile, and it's wearing you out. Let's bring in the real equipment. Let's till this ground up. Let's work it out. I'll be right here guiding you because I've had somebody help me too. How amazing is it that you get to do that today? I love y'all. I hope you have a great day. God bless.